Previously on Tales from the Humpback Sky.
It's the day of the Convergence.
When it glows red, smash the panes.
A ring of heavy iron keys.
What are the lotto numbers for next week?
Oh, I had the strangest sensation go over me. A sense of having lived other lives.
This slender scepter of silver begins to glow. It rises from the Inquisitor's hands. I deem you worthy. May you be one. The Convergence is now. Of the moment, Owen, you see as reality is cracking and breaking around you, that warped sphere is becoming larger and larger. The temperature is dropping. You can see fragments of time rime, that icy chronal residue growing, spidering up through the walls and the windows. Kennick is in his usual formation, which is cowering behind something. And this crystalline, fractal crackle spider is making its way towards you. Now, it is incredibly fast, which means this crackle spider gets 3 points of initiative.
Whoa. All right. Jeez.
Now, I am adding Kennick to this as well, because I feel like there's maybe things that he can do. But I'm going to tell you this, Owen. You are going to need to bully the cowardice out of him.
Okay.
He is feeling a palpable mixture of his usual kind of cowardice in these moments of action and intense guilt and scientific regret.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Owen, you get to act first.
Excellent. Kennick, get to your feet, lad. We got to. You've just inherited this whole thing. Let's not let these crazy, icy time spiders ruin it for everybody. Get up, man. Watch this. I'm going to cast Firebolt at the spider. I'm going to try and burn the ice. Ooh. I know it's time ice technically, but I'm going for it. So I'm going to try and roll under my Firebolt skill.
Yes.
6, 7, 8. 8 is less than 9. Hurrah!
Okay, the spell's successful. Remember to cross off the stamina for the spell as well.
Yes, it costs 1.
Okay, roll damage.
Okay. Oh yeah, 5. 9. It does 9 firebolt damages.
All right. This
Look at that, Kennick. It's magic. Flames. Come on, we got this.
And the flames cascade out from your hands, engulfing this creature. It doesn't scream as much as it breaks and screeches like metal on glass. This sound, which is horrific and piercing.
Kennick, this is the best experiment you've ever done. Come on, man. Help me protect it.
Kennick looks towards you, looks towards this creature, and says to you, Owen, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Chuck some shards of glass at it. I don't know. Shoot a reflective prismatic laser beam from your butt. What can you do? Do something.
Yeah, he looks around. He grabs a piece of mirrored shard and throws it.
Good effort.
That was a critical success.
Goddamn, Kennick, nice arm.
He's not the best thrower, but that was very good.
He does it. Oh, when he does it well.
So, a shard of glass. I feel a shard of glass would like be similar to a knife, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Knife damage. And I believe that When it's a massive success, it doubles the damage, I believe. So
Have you ever been agreed with so rumbly Lee before?
I never have, and it felt really good.
You're welcome.
Okay, D6.
Feels real good.
Did you feel it in your butt?
He rolled a 6 on the damage, which is maximum damage, which is 8 for a knife, which makes that 16 points of damage.
Oh, damn. All right. Yeah, Kennick. Nice one, bud. That looked like that hurt. That hurt it for sure.
Yeah, what you see, Owen, is Kennick frantically panicking. He picks up the mirrored glass. He holds it in his hand, not quite sure what to do. And at first, he's holding it up over his head like a dagger, looking as if he's going to just run at it. And then he begins to run, but then the hem of his robes catches on another piece of glass, and he trips, and he falls over. And as he falls, he lets go of the glass, and it just whoosh, right into the creature as the creature screeches out in pain.
Incredible. Kennick, you're my hero.
Oh, great, my elbow.
You'll be fine.
All right. It is the creature's turn. It is going to... Ooh, Kennick really hurt it. Do I kill Kennick?
Nah.
Oh, man. I really like Kennick, but he did. He
it's
really
only
hurt
Kennick.
it. Excuse me. Did I ask for your opinion? What did I say?
Okay. I'll go back to my box. Sorry.
I said I liked Kennick, and you're like, well, it's only Kennick. No, this is what the creature would do. It would go after the creature that hurt it the most. Absolutely,
It would.
So it's going to, and now that Kennick is also kind of lying prone, holding his elbow, it's going to attempt to attack him. It's got a skill of 8, so I have to roll under that. It's a 6, so he definitely rolls under it. Damage as a spear. That is 5 points of damage.
Uh-oh.
So I rolled a 5, which means it's 8 points of damage. Kennick only has 10 stamina, so Kennick has 2 points left.
Okay, good.
The creature makes its way towards Kennick, its form breaking and mending and bending and snapping as it walks, and it just slashes Kennick across the forehead. As it does, you see Kennick's flesh rip, and a stream of blood begins to move down his eyes and face as he grabs his head and cries out in pain.
Kennick, no! Oh, Kennick, no! Oh, God.
Kennick then, holding on and attempting to defend himself, blindly goes to grab at another shard of glass. He grabs one hard in his hand. Blood begins to drip from where he's holding the razor-sharp piece of glass in his hand as he tries to swipe at this creature.
That's it, Kennick. Never surrender.
And he rolled well under. He's not really skilled. So NPCs and creatures, right, they just have a standard skill. So it's very simple. So for example, this creature that you're fighting has a skill of 8. And so whenever I want it to hit, it's got to roll under that. Oh, what am I doing? Am I forgetting the rules of this game? Hold on. Remind me how this works. They have to meet you.
Contested roll.
They have to contest it. I've forgotten the game, ladies and gentlemen. But from now on, we're going to do it right. Okay, so he's rolled really shit then, and now this creature's Kennick's rolled really shitty. I'm not going to change what's happened before, but I am going to recognize and adapt. All right. The creature also rolled really poorly, but less poorly than Kennick. So the creature is going to swipe at Kennick again as Kennick tries to slash, but his slash is incredibly wide and crude, and the creature is just going to slash back at him with a 3. So that is 6 points of damage, and Kennick is down.
Ah.
Oh no. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
No, Kennick. Oh, man. Oh, crap.
It is the creature's turn. It's then going to turn its attention to
Has
you,
it
Owen.
not done enough?
It's going to turn its attention to you.
Bring it on.
Can you make a roll, please?
Yep.
What did you roll?
Do I add? I mean, now I'm confused as what I'm supposed to
So
do.
you roll the 2 dice and then you add it to your more fighting skill, I believe.
Right.
So whatever that total is.
Okay, 6, 7, 8 is 19.
19. I rolled double ones. So that's a fail. So you can strike at this creature.
Okay, so it comes at me with its spear-like legs. And I bash them aside with my maul, and I swing my maul over my head, and I come back down to try and stomp on its noggin. Okay. Where's me maul stats there? 6.
6 damage.
Ignoring 1 point of armor.
All right. There is a massive crack as this creature bends back in on itself and attempts to reform.
What? No. Follow-up attack.
All right. Well, there's only 2 more options here. One is you, and the other is the end of the round, which means that Kennick will die.
Fun.
So, gotta really mix it up.
Oh, the drama, the suspense. Poor Kennick. We saved him from the Citadel just for this. Just for him to fulfill his life's work and then be murdered by a spider.
Owen, you can act.
Yeah. I attack the spider with my maul.
Right.
I'm enraged by the fact of seeing Kennick fall.
Okay, you're going to need to beat an 18.
I can do that. You believe double 6s. Is that not some kind of critical?
Yeah, that is.
Hot damn.
All right.
Hot apricot jam on my cream cheese toast. What are we going to do?
Roll that d6 and then double the damage.
5 on maul is... that'll be 24 damages, please.
24 damage. The creature is struck in its epicenter. You can see it is slowly beginning to reform its body shape, growing back, but you slam it down onto the ground and it shatters into multitudes of glassy, fractured reality shards. It is destroyed.
Owen rushes to Kennick's side. He starts pulling out coconut crispy biscuits from his pocket, and he places them over the bleeding wounds on his forehead.
Is it like you take like bites of them and you like make a paste in your mouth?
Yeah.
Like,
I do it up in my mouth, like making some sort of horrible mush, and then I fill the slashes on his skin with saliva, coconut, and biscuit pieces. A slurry.
That was on the back of the packaging.
I think it was one of their biggest selling points, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was.
Weren't they invented during World War II for soldiers in the trenches to pack their wounds with something?
Yeah.
Coconut has amazing anti-inflammatory properties, antibiotic, antibacterial. People have known about this for ages. It's just modern science and modern medicine shuns the knowledge of coconut, you know?
Yeah.
If I was a doctor, I'd just prescribe you 1 coconut.
There should be more biscuits being put in people's wounds.
Thank you very much. You're excused. You're excused, Mr. Kennedy.
I think on the back of the packaging, there was obviously the ingredients of what goes in it. Then there was a recipe for a apricot cheesecake using them as a base, and then there was the instructions on how to use it in case of severe wounds.
Yeah. So yeah, I pack his head wound full of this slurry of biscuit and saliva that I've chewed up, and then I rip off his own clothes and wrap it as a bandage over top.
As you do this, he begins to come to his heavily dilated eyes, searching around, sees your face, and then looks behind you and says, "Oh, I don't think that's good." And as you turn, Owen, you see the entirety of the machine surrounding Ridge is glowing with a deep, dark red.
Oh, the message. Smash it.
All right, and that's where we'll pause with Owen. The chanting...
Stephen, I'm muting, look.
Well done, Paul. Sorry. Sorry, Tom.
No, all good. The chanting reaches fever pitch. Over the chanting, Father Pyrex leads the congregation as he cries out in exultation. You see the Inquisitor standing off to the side, wearing their long cloak and wide-brimmed hat, not too far from the reddish sigil that has burned itself into the air. I need Sophia Ridge to roll under their luck.
Okay. That is a fail.
Okay. So Sophia, I'm going to say Sophia is still very much in on her own mind, caught up in the ritual. The sigil begins to grow, bigger and bigger, begins to rise up. As it does, it shines brighter and brighter, and that red light begins to envelop the interior of the temple. As it does, Sophia feels a vibration near her neck, her collarbone, where the clasp holds her half cloak together. It is beginning to vibrate. You can see others still chanting, seeming to acknowledge that as well. And then it happens. The sigil warps and wavers, and then it breaks apart as what appears to be a jet black talon slowly rips down the fabric of reality. The chanting still continues, but fear begins to move like a undulating wave of discontent through it. The Inquisitor off to the side is gone. Father Pyrex looks up as two great reddish taloned hands begin to pull apart this gaping hole in the air. As this hole opens, a wave of heat expels out this hot wind, and a face is drawn out of this opening. It is large. It is colored like dried blood. It has many eyes, all deep black, dotted upon its face. Where its mouth should be are jittering mandibles. Atop his head are massive, curled, rams-like horns. This hulking figure pulls itself out of this warping rip, and this undulating, throaty cry roars out. The chanting stops, replaced by screams of terror, as this creature begins to rip and slash and claw a red, bloody wake through the people of Mackelbie's Ridge. Father Pyrex drops to his knees in terror, screaming, inconsolable, deranged. You hear someone behind you, "Get the children! Get the children down! Get them away! Get them down! Get them away!"
I think that immediately triggers Sophia. Chip? Chip? And she's like screaming out, "Chip, where are you? Chip! Chip!" Calling out, looking everywhere.
Make an awareness check.
Okay. That's a success.
Okay. You see Chip. He has fallen over, and the teeming mass of the community are making a beeline towards the exit to what they perceive to be safety. You see Danathan is rushing towards him, but is currently trying to get through these teeming masses. You see, as Danathan is trying to get through, someone in absolute terror, you're not sure who it is, just due to the speed and the chaos of this moment, rushes past him and hits the side of his face, clawing down the side of his face, ripping this ugly scar down his cheek. He can't make it through, but perhaps Sophia can.
Yeah. Through the crowds, Sophia, desperation, locking eyes on Chip, having seen Denathan, and having to make a split decision. I have to go to Chip. I have to prioritize that. And just locking eyes on him, people getting in the way, and then she just reach her head over and keep him in her vision. And then people are just crowding around her, so she just has to almost jump up and like crawl across on top of people, lurching, reaching towards him to protect him.
Okay. Can I first, before anything else happens, can you roll under your luck again, please?
That's a fail.
Okay. So how do you feel, just Sophia, in this moment, as who she is, this normal person, without these skills that Ridge has? She would just be trying to make her way through this crowd or getting over the top of people to get to her son?
Yeah, she wants to get her son and get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Can you then roll under your skill for me, please?
Okay. That's a massive fail.
Okay. All right. Trying to get through. You see him, and then the crowd just intensifies as this demonic creature finally steps forth and is fully released into this space. Another bellowing cry rings out as these huge bone-like wings begin to open up upon its back. It says,
Flee. Run. Oh, the sweet taste of terror and chaos. Yes, the warmth of your screams fills me.
and then it rips into another person as they cry out in pain. Chip, you cannot see him. Make a awareness roll under your skill.
Sure. It's a fail.
Okay. You cannot hear him. You cannot see him. Looking by, Danathan has also disappeared into the crowd. Roll under your luck, please.
That's meets it. So we decided that's success, right? Yeah.
That is a success. With that success, this is that moment, right, where Ridge's personality kind of comes to the fore. Can you give us describe what that's like?
Sophia, having lost sight of Chip, lost sight of Danathan, the screams of all of her friends and family and companions, all the members of her community, and the sight of the most horrific, evil creature imaginable, so much worse than she could have ever imagined. Something breaks. And it's like the Sophia fractures, but almost not like fracturing, almost like expanding and staring up at this demon, taunting and slaying them. It's like she can see the demon from multiple locations around this space, from all different angles at once. And there's a sense of something bigger than herself. And as Sophia looks around and realizes that there's a quietness in the room and that all the people around have stopped screaming and they're just staring up at the demon. And as she closes her eyes, she can still see the demon from all these other eyes. They're all staring together.
I would say with that, this perception opens up the brooches all begin to glow, each one lighting up on all these people. And as you feel this clarity, you look at this horrific creature, and then you see behind it, the silver bow is right there.
Sophia begins to remember that she was more than Sophia. Was it the past or was it the future? She can't quite remember. But she knows that she is capable of a lot of things, and she knows what that bow is, what it represents, and what it can do. And her body instinctively lurches forward and moves around the room, not directly at the demon, but around the demon. And each person that she passes by, as she reaches out her hand to that person, sort of that person fades away, and their like a kind of dusty spirit sort of flows around and sort of encircles her and enters through her eyes into her body. And each person that she touches along the way, she seems to get faster and more confident and more able until as she comes up behind the back of the room, seeing the bow, she leaps forward behind the demon to grab the silver bow and arrows.
Okay. Is there any particular skill you want to use in order to attempt this maneuver?
Well, I don't have my bow.
You've got all of Ridge's kind of skill at your disposal. I am very open to whatever you feel and whatever kind of creativity you want to use.
Would it be a stretch to go for bow fighting, and that she's essentially going to get to her bow in almost like one big movement, grab the bow, and as she flies through the air, use it against the demon?
Yeah, okay. So can I have you roll under your bow skill?
That's a fail.
Okay. So she moves in time to get to the bow. However, at the same time, this creature, this demon, clocks her. It turns. Its multiple, almost insectoid black eyes blinking out of unison turn. The mandibles click and clatter. And the demon says,
No, not this time.
and it attempts to strike out at Sophia. Can you roll whatever relevant skill you want, defensive, if you want to use your sword fighting, whatever skill you want to kind of parry or block or duck out of this?
Contested roll.
Okay, it's going to be a 17 that you need to beat.
18.
All right, you beat it. So, with that success, Stephen, you can either hit back if that's what you wish to do, or this is the opportunity to grab the bow if you want to take it.
She wants to grab the bow.
Okay. All right. Its claw comes down to attempt to stop you, and you are able to duck and roll with speed and agility, and jumping up, you grab the bow in one hand, you drop down, you roll to your side, you take that single arrow and you pull it back. Now, I do need one more roll.
Okay.
So you need to roll plus your skill. So a big number.
Okay. 15.
Okay. 15?
Yeah.
I rolled a 14. All right.
Ridge, now, starting to remember a bit about who they are, in the corner of her eye sees a familiar old man with a walking stick. And that old man, through his eyes, she grabs the walking sticks and jabs it into the side of the demon to distract it. And as that distraction happens, she lets loose the arrow, aiming for the eye of the demon.
Okay.
One of the many.
That
One of the
old
many.
man connected in this web of consciousness grabs the cane, jams it into the taloned foot of this creature. The creature is less in pain and is more in outraged curiosity as it turns its head. And as it does, you are able to get aligned that central eye surrounded by the many others. And the arrow flies. You feel this power surging through you. The arrow becomes a shaft of pure white light. It flies through the air and pierces through the eye and out the back of this abomination's skull, like a beam of pure white vengeance. The creature cries out. All is quiet. And then its form cracks, crumples, and like a piece of paper, it crumples up inside of itself and disappears. As it does, there is a wave of lethargy and tiredness that moves over you, a heaviness. And as you turn and look, you see everyone else also is collapsing and falling. You fall to one knee. You see many others doing the same. You also look around and see the bodies of many others, torn, ripped, and ruined. You look and you see in the distance, just outside the doors to the temple, the crumpled form of Danathan clutching your child. They don't seem to be moving. You are so heavy. You feel as if you are sinking into the very stone. And then a shadow passes over you. This tall figure, this dark inquisitor, looms over you. You can see beneath their wide hat a pale white face, two dark eyes. Their countenance is drawn and gaunt, with a heavy, long nose. They have a severe countenance, and they look down at you, and they say, "The convergence is complete. Well done, Demon Stalker. Use this." The Inquisitor gestures to all those who are now lying, unmoving on the ground. Use their memory. Use their rage. Hunt. Destroy. Lead the demonic filth back to the shores of chaos. Find them all. Puts a hand on your shoulder. Kill them all. Yes, you will not remember this. Not really. But your soul will.
But I would be stronger if I remembered this time. Without my memories, I seek the thing that is missing in me, and it distracts me from my cause.
You see the Inquisitor's face becomes confused. They say to you, "What do you mean?" Before the hand is going to their blade. "What do you mean, before?" As they draw their weapon, behind them, reality begins to bulge and undulate once more.
Enjoying Tales from the Humpback Sky? Rate, review, and follow wherever you get your podcasts from. It helps more than you think. Thanks for listening.